Hi, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss getting to know your data, and this is the part 3 of this session. First and foremost, we are going to import our data using the same common function which I have already explained you. So first, what we are going to do today is explore the shape of our data. It's very important to know what your data is, what is the spread, and what are the central tendencies of your data, right? So let us do it. Very simple function, that is summary, and this is a small yet very powerful function. So going ahead, I just simply say summary df. Df is the data which I'm using. So when I run this summary df, I get the entire summary statistics of all the possible variables I have. Moving ahead, at times you may just require to know the summary stats of a particular column. So how do you get that? Now let's see how to do that. Now I simply use the summary function and use this df dollar and select any particular column on which you wish to work. Now let's say I wish to work on radius, the mean radius. So I select that. Now I just run. So I get the summary stats of that individual column. Now, for instance, let us say I need to know the summary stats of more than one column. Then the code becomes a bit complex. How do we do it? So I use the summary function same way. Then I have the df. We use these square brackets, the square parenthesis, and in that I take all the rows, right? Obvious. We remember that, right? We have square brackets, row, comma, columns. So I include all the rows because I need the summary stats which has the observations from all the rows, right? Then columns, I need to select a few columns. And how do I do that? By combining the C function. So I use C and then I use any two. Right here I'm taking in this example 2, but you can include 3, 4 or any number of variables for which you need to figure out the summary stats, right? So I've taken radius, the mean radius and the mean texture. So when I run this, I get the summary stats of these two particular variables. Fine. So that is just an extension of the summary stats. Now at times, even if I know the summary stats, I need to visualize the data just to get the shape of my data, to understand the shape. So one very powerful visualization tool is histogram, and very simple, super easy. Okay. How do I do it? Simply use the hist function, that is histogram, and drop the variable for which you need to make a histogram. So remember, histogram is a univariate visualization. So you need only one variable. So I've taken one variable, that is the mean radius. So histogram, that is hist, and one particular variable. When I run that, you could see you have this visualization. This is a beautiful yet simple histogram. I can get the same thing, I can make a visual for a box plot. The function is box plot, and drop the variable whichever you require within the parenthesis. So box plot for mean radius, this is the box plot, how you get it for your mean radius. So moving ahead, now I wish to make a scatter plot. I need to see how my data is distributed. I need to see the scatter plot. So again, the process is quite simple. I simply use plot and drop the variable within the parenthesis. So you get this. This is my scatter plot. Now, for instance, let us say I just wish to check or seek help of this inbuilt function plot. Now I just check how to use this plot. Okay. Now I get the help from here. I run this. We have learned how to seek help, right? So the help on topic plot. So this is the package I was looking for. So let me make it a function, scatter plot function. So this is the default scatter plot. Now you can see how the usage goes. I can use two. This is what I wanted to show you. I can use two arguments, x and y. Okay. In the first case, I've just used plot, how to use the plot. Okay. Now you can use two arguments. So I can drop two variables. For instance, let us say df dollar mean radius and df dollar any other texture mean. So when I check, now this is a bit different from what we saw in the previous plot, right? Because earlier it was just for a single variable, and on the x-axis you had the index. Let us go back and see that once again. Now you could see on the x-axis you had the index, and on the y-axis you had the variable which you were working on. Right now I have dropped two variables. I have included two variables, that is x and y. So on the x-axis you would find the radius, the mean radius, and on the y-axis you would find the mean texture. So you could see the mean radius is on the x and the mean texture is on the y. Okay. Now many a times again, I may not be interested in a plot, that is a scatter plot. I want a line. So you can transform the scatter plot into a line chart. Very simple. Now if I just look into this help further, you can see there is an argument called type. Okay, so one character string giving the type of plot desired. So I need to include a character which will give me the type of plot I'm looking for. So P refers to the point, L refers to line, B refers to both. Okay, so for instance, I just want a line chart. So I've used one single variable, and then I've used type equals L. This is the character. So just run it. Now the same plot is transformed into a line chart. Moving ahead. Now at times I may also wish to seek the relationship between, I want to see the two-way relationship between more than two variables. Okay, so what I did over here, I combined, I'm using the same way, plot the df square brackets, and on the x argument or parameter, I want all the rows. So I've just left it blank, and within the C, that is combined function, I've included three different variables. Okay, that is, I've used the mean radius, the mean texture, and the mean perimeter. So when I run this, you get a beautiful matrix which demonstrates the relationship between three different variables. So this way you can easily understand the relationship between two different variables using a very simple, super easy argument or code. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.